Dear friends, we have to look in two models, Harrod model and Dormer model. First, we examine what is Harrod-Dormer model. Harrod model. Harrod's growth model also concentrated on three issues. Broadly speaking, R.F. Harrod has raised three sets of questions or three sets of issues. And first question is, how can steady growth rate be achieved in the model with a fixed capital output ratio or fixed capital coefficient and fixed saving income ratio or propensity to save? In our assumption, we already seen that one of the major assumptions related to Harrod-Dormer model is fixed capital output ratio and fixed saving income ratio. Okay. Then first question raised by Harrod is, how can steady growth rate be achieved in the model with a fixed capital output ratio or fixed capital coefficient and fixed saving income ratio or propensity to save? This is the first question raised by Harrod. And second question, how can the steady growth rate be maintained? First, how the steady growth rate is achieved, and second question is, how can the steady growth rate be maintained, or what are the conditions for maintaining stable growth? How steady growth rate can be achieved and how can the steady growth rate be maintained, or what are the conditions for maintaining the stable growth? And third question is, how do natural factors put a ceiling on the growth rate of the economy? How do natural factors put a ceiling on growth rate of the economy? These are the three questions raised by the Harrod. Okay. How can the steady growth rate can be achieved with the fixed capital output ratio and fixed saving income ratio, and how the steady growth rate can be maintained, and how do the natural factors put a ceiling on growth rate of the economy? These are the three questions. In order to discuss the three set of issues, Harrod explained three growth rates. In order to answer these issues or these questions, Harrod introduced three growth rates. First one is actual growth rate, warranted growth rate, and natural growth rate. Okay. In order to answer these three questions, he introduced three ratios. That is actual growth rate, warranted growth rate, and natural growth rate. Okay. We can discuss these growth rates separately. First one is actual growth rate. It is the growth rate which is determined by actual amount of saving and investment in the country. This actual growth rate is mainly determined by the saving and investment in the country. In other words, it can be defined as the ratio of change in income, that is delta Y, to total income in a given period. It can be defined as a ratio of change in income to total income, that is delta Y by delta Y by Y. Delta Y means change in income by total income. If actual growth rate is denoted by G, if actual growth rate is denoted by G, G equal to delta Y by Y. According to Harrod, actual growth rate, that is G or delta Y by Y, is determined by two factors. First one, saving income ratio, and capital output ratio, which we assumed as fixed in a given period. According to Harrod, actual growth rate, that is G, or we can write delta Y by Y, is determined by two factors, that is saving income ratio and capital output ratio. These are the main two determinants in Harrod and Domer model, and which is fixed. We already seen that these two ratios, saving income ratio and capital output ratio, are fixed based on our assumption. Okay. This actual growth rate is determined by these main two factors, saving income ratio and capital output ratio. And the relationship between actual growth rate and its determinants. Determinants means saving income ratio and capital output ratio. The relationship between actual growth rate and these two determinants can be expressed in the form of GC equal to small s. This is the first equation by Harrod. GC equal to small s, where s is the actual growth rate. Where G is the actual growth rate, delta Y by delta. Delta Y by Y. C represents the capital output ratio. Capital output ratio, we can rewrite it as delta K, change in capital, divided by delta Y, that is change in output, that is capital output ratio. C is capital output ratio, and small s. Small s refers to saving income ratio, or we can write it as S by Y. Total saving divided by total income. Okay. This is the main equations in the Harrod model. G is the actual growth rate, or delta Y by delta Y by Y, and C is the capital output ratio, or delta K by K, and S is the saving income ratio, or S by total saving divided by total income. This ratio explains the simple truism that saving investment that is in the exposed sense are equal to each other. The simple truism is explained by below. Since G equal to delta Y by Y, actual growth rate is equal to delta Y by Y. C equal to, that is capital output ratio, equal to delta K by Y. Delta K means change in capital. Change in capital equal to what? Investment. Change in capital equal to investment. So we can rewrite it as I equal to I divided by delta Y. That is capital output ratio, we can say I by delta Y. Capital output ratio means change in capital divided by change in income. Then change in capital is also equal to investment. So C equal to I by delta Y, since delta K equal to I. Then S equal to S by Y, saving divided by income, total saving divided by total income. Our equation, first equation is GC equal to S. G means delta Y by Y, C means I by delta I, and S means capital S divided by Y. So the equation GC equal to S we can write as delta Y. Instead of G, we write delta Y by Y multiplied by, instead of C, we write I by delta Y equal to small s equal to S by Y. So our equation is delta Y by Y multiplied by I by delta Y equal to S by Y. We can cut delta Y and delta Y in the first part of the equation. So the equation becomes I by Y equal to S by Y. I equal to investment, Y equal to total income, S equal to total saving, Y equal to total income. Okay, that is IY by equal to S by Y. It means saving equal to investment, or I equal to S, saving equal to investment. This is the first condition for Harrod-Ormer model. Saving must be equal to investment. Okay, hope you got it. I'll move to another slide. The equation first. The equation first means GC equal to small s. Explains that the condition for achieving steady growth rate or dynamic equilibrium is that ex post saving must be equal to ex post investment. This means that there must be equality between saving and investment for the achievement of dynamic equilibrium or steady growth rate. Okay, I think it's clear to you. The equation indicates that there must be an equality between saving and investment for the achievement of dynamic equilibrium or steady growth rate. In other words, there should be accounting equality between saving and investment if dynamic equilibrium is to be achieved. Accounting ആയിട്ടും സേവിങ്ങും ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ്മെന്റും ഇക്വാളിറ്റി വേണം. എന്നാൽ മാത്രമേ നമുക്ക് ഒരു ഡൈനാമിക് ഇക്വിലിബ്രിയം അറ്റൈൻ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റൂ എന്നാണ് ഹാരോഡ് മോഡൽ എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. We can look into an example. Target growth rate of 10th 5-year plan in India was 8%. Target growth rate of 10th 5-year plan was 8% in India. At that time, our capital output ratio was 4%. Then what will be the saving rate? Can you say? For we already know that there must be equality between saving and investment for the achievement of steady growth rate or dynamic equilibrium. Okay, our plan was 8% of growth rate, but our capital output ratio at that time was 4%. Then what will be the saving ratio? Our equation is GC equal to small s. We know that our G equal to actual growth rate, delta Y by Y equal to 8%. That is G equal to 8%. Capital output ratio, that is small c. C equal to 4%. GC equal to small s. Then saving ratio must be equal to 32%. Okay, there must be an equality between saving and investment in order to attain steady growth rate. That is Harrod's first statement. Okay. You just look into our economic survey, and what will be the saving? What is the saving rate, and what is the investment? Is there any difference between saving and investment inequality? You just go through that. Okay. I'm expecting your response. Hope you understand this concept. This is an important concept. Actually, first 5-year plan in India was mainly based on this Harrod-Ormer model. Okay. Go. If you get time, you go for additional readings for this topic. Okay. If you have any doubt, please inform me. It's a base of one of the base theory of growth model. It's an important theory. Usually in exam point of view, usually they will ask essay questions. Okay.